What's up, squad? Back with another video. As y'all see in the title, what's going down. Make sure to hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it right here. So look, I've showed y'all this plenty of times. You know, not this video in particular, but just the way that Zoran's his, I guess, ex supporters are. And you have it right here. This is one of them. Just check out what she says here.
It is election day. I'm on my way to vote. I don't know that I have ever been more excited to vote for anyone than I am to vote for Zoran Mamdani. I've got my button. I've got my Don't Rank Cuomo t-shirt, but I have them hidden because I'm going to a polling site. Zoran 1, Brad 2, Adrian 3, Stringer 4, Michael Blake 5, and...
So I'm not going to show this whole video. Just like... the next video.
What do you think Zoran's best policy is?
I think affordable housing, smaller classrooms, free buses, lower rent.
I want y'all to hear exactly what she's saying, y'all. I'm gonna play this part, and y'all can find these videos. You find this video at Cam Higby. Just listen.
What do you think Zoran's best policy is?
I think affordable housing, smaller classrooms, free buses, lower rents, freezing the rents for rent-stabilized buildings.
That sounds great. How do you achieve that?
I think that he has really high hopes, and I think that he has a lot of energy.
And achieve it through hope, or?
I think he's going to achieve it by really having a smart way of dealing with people and picking the proper people to work with him.
And what is?
So, Latinia Brown, she actually put the laughing emoji up under this. And it's truly funny. And I say this because we're going to go over a couple things. We're going to go over a couple things because a lot of the things you already know. But she's saying, you know, affordable housing and free bus rides and this, that, and other. She's naming off literally everything that's not going to happen. I'm not even about to say that's not going right. It's stuff that's not going to happen. And it's pretty sad, you know, that these individuals have now, and and trust me, I know that a lot of y'all have seen that they've definitely turned around the way, you know, this support that they so-called had, you know, a few months ago. But as I'm looking at this, I'm watching, you know, just I'm looking at a lot of these old vids, you know, and just checking them out, right? Then she says, and him picking the right people. I don't know if y'all didn't seen, but the choices that he made, his team that he has, is not a good look. It's not a good look at all. I'm telling y'all. This right here just explains everything. I know a lot of y'all, you know, see comments. You have it before. You got the Vote Mamdani patch. I will take care of you. Then you have curse word. You better get a job to cover the rent. And this is after. And you clearly see on how things were before, you know, him. Of course, you know, you heard this lady say he brings the energy. He brings the energy, and you know what I mean? It's not there. It's not there no more. The only energy that Zoran Mamdani has now is asking for more money from you. That's honestly all the energy that he has, not obviously from you, but, you know, New Yorkers. That's truly what he's asking individuals for, you know, is for more money. That's when he becomes energized, because there's a lot that's been going down in New York City when it comes down to the snow, when it comes down to the homelessness, when it comes down to the homelessness that have obviously have passed away due to the weather, when it comes down to the trash, you know, when it comes down to more things that I'll be talking about. And a lot of that, I'm telling y'all, it's just not there. And they obviously saying that they didn't got completely lied to. I'm telling y'all. I don't know why this just did this. Hold on, let me try to put this back in here somehow. There we go. But let me show y'all just what I mean. It says right here, New York City Mayor Mamdani literally get a charge for insane waste while pushing property tax hikes on working families. Check it out.
Racial equity, $4.6 million commission on racial equity, $835,000 Commission on Gender Equity, $260,000 for Department of Education Chief Diversity Officer, $301,000 for 3 FDNY Civilian Chief Diversity Inclusion Officers. There's a title for you. And $118,000 for an FDNY Chief Diversity Inclusion Officers. Is that necessary stuff? You can't cut that back?
And a list of things to do when it comes to public safety? Absolutely not. Public safety's got to be in the top of your list. So we can't pay for everything. Everything can't be for free. But what you need is cops out in the street. Tell me how all these programs are going to help when you're getting robbed in the middle of the street.
Yeah, and
Tell me how it works.
Yeah, you tell me. Believe me, he's about to find out, sadly. Mondami's progressive agenda includes new budgets items like $750,000 for Art and Cultural Fund, $800,000 for anti-ageism, $437 million for child care vouchers, LGBTQ emergency for $2 million. It goes on. And you pointed out his climate change budget. What's he spending on that?
Something like a climate management office.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it's so many things. Like, as I'm hearing these numbers, we talking about cutting 5,000, bro. They're cutting 5,000 NYPD officers. This is not a good look. It's not a good look at all, especially with him hiring. What is the individual's name? Let me try to find this. I want to make sure I say this right, so we can get this. I want to make sure I find him. Hopefully it pops up. It's probably not gonna pop up for me, y'all. But this one, you have, what is her name? Her name probably not gonna pop up. It's literally just my luck when it comes down to it. Just based off of how. You know, the search, I'm literally scrolling down and I cannot show y'all what just popped up. But anyways, y'all know who I'm talking about. The people that he's literally hiring, it's not right. You know what I mean? He just hired an individual that clearly doesn't fit the job. When I tell y'all doesn't fit the job, doesn't at all. And it's honestly, I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, we talking about as going as far as felon. You know what I mean? I truly just don't see. It's not there. It's truly not there. That cutting 5,000 NYP. Everything is basically really turning around. When I see this 5.6 million, 4.6 million, 260K, 835K, all that's running through my mind right now, and all that I see, because I've been, working at these videos so many times, I'm just seeing fraud. I don't know about y'all, but I'm truly just seeing fraud. You know what I mean? And it's pretty wild right now. I'm telling y'all. Got it right here. Says the Gen Z leftists who helped make Zoran Mondani mayor of New York City are now outraged as he starts walking back on his promises. I'm telling y'all.
The left grew so open-minded that their brains fell out, Trace. They elected a socialist to be their party leader. Our generation understands, and we saw it in the Q&A debates tonight, that socialism is the gateway drug to communism. Gen Z is waking up to push back against that.
I'm telling y'all. Definitely. You literally have it right here. This is a video of angry... It's funny though. Video of angry New York City Democrats and homeowners who feel pretty much lied to when it by Zoran Mondani's campaign, promising, you already know, man. It's honestly, I find it funny. I know a lot of people look at it as like wrong. Like, I guess I shouldn't be laughing, but I just look at the simple fact, like, this is who y'all wanted. This is who y'all voted for. Y'all didn't want to listen. I'm telling y'all, and it's one thing that people don't get, bro. One people that people do not get, or one thing that people like. I look at this on fact. Y'all got an individual who is literally doing this in y'all face, like saying whatever, doing whatever, even before this, and they were still supporting. Even if he wasn't, you have individuals like myself, other individuals, and it's not that at all. It's my agenda to pull people away from the Democratic Party, pull people away from. It's just to give y'all the truth about an individual, and that's truly where I'm trying to come from. When I'm telling y'all and letting people know, oh, this is most likely not the right fit, I'm not to say that I'm always right, but you see so many things. It's not the right fit, especially with President Trump. And I know a lot of people don't like President Trump, but seeing how President Trump is saying this has never worked. This has never worked, and it's not going to work. Hearing different individuals say things just because you don't agree 100% with what those individuals say, just try to hear them out and see exactly on why. Because now, again, you have these New York City homeowners that are now outraged because Zoran Mondani had promised them something. Now he's doing something completely different. Says new socialist mayor of New York City, Zoran Mondani, is facing fierce backlash from Democrats over a potential 9.5% property tax hike to fill the city's budget gap. So you literally have it right here. Check it out.
Mayor Zoran Mondani, you are out your goddamn mind.
To the mayor, with the greatest respect, in every campaign speech, in every debate where you engage, we opened our ears to listen. Now today, accept the words echoing from us now. Do your job as mayor and leave our taxes out.
You are giving only two options. You're saying, if we don't tax the rich, then I gotta increase property taxes. We are not a pawn in Southeast Queens. We are not part of your negotiation tactics.
Do you feel like he lied to you?
He'll not feel. He lied.
Not feel, he lied.
It's
let me let y'all listen to it again.
We're not part of your negotiation tactics.
Do you feel like he lied to you?
He'll not feel. He lied. Not feel. It's obvious.
That's why Campbell was among the dozens of homeowners in Southeast Queens who
I'm telling
turned out
y'all,
for what they say was an emergency response to the mayor.
I truly, and this is exactly the things that you have. Just I want y'all to think about this. You have so many people outraged about President Trump, I guess being a president. I don't know. It's not like it was a close race. Like it was just one of those things like, okay, well, you know what I mean? This was a neck and neck thing. You know, he ended up it was a landslide. So that definitely is a majority of individuals who have, okay, but President Trump, you know, he's best thing for our country. I mean, that's just what it is. But then you have individuals that truly still to this day do not like President Trump. Again, if y'all don't see and notice the things that has been going on, people really don't have much to say about President Trump. It's always he always the R word when it comes down to, I know y'all can't say, you know, certain words on here. But you have, of course, individuals saying that. You have individuals speaking of ICE. You really can't say too many bad things about President Trump because everything that he said he was going to do, like, he's doing it. And people should realize now that, again, individuals, the left, they're being lied to. You see Zoran Mondani, straight lied. Now they're outraged. And this is not the only person, or the only person that has been through this on the left recently. I'm telling y'all, people got to wake up and realize what's going on. And it's not, I'm not about to sit here and be like, oh yeah, people need to vote for this individual or people need to do this and do that. I'm just here to give y'all the truth so people actually realize what's actually going on, because so this won't happen. So you don't have individuals that's outraged. People just need to pay attention, bro. I feel like so many people are like brainwashed. So many people are brainwashed and thinking that's just the right move to do. And it's not. Sometimes you have to step out of your comfort zone, listen to an individual, and just hear them out. Hear what they actually have to say about it. I'm telling y'all. You have Latinia Brown right here. Said I had to post this video because so many people reached out about the Queen's protest over the proposed property tax increase. Homeowners are frustrated. At some point, voters have to hold elected officials accountable. We're not getting results. Maybe time to rethink who you're voting for. And again, this is not an individual who everybody obviously voted for, but at the same time, a lot, you know, a great amount who did, you know, and supported them. I'm telling y'all, check it out right here.
Hey guys, this is Latinia, favorite community advocate. So I just had to do this video real quick because I see that everybody has been messaging me about the protest that took place in Queens yesterday regarding black homeowners and Mayor Mamdani lying and trying to snatch their homes away. Now, I recognize the faces of the people that organize, the press conference. And let me just say this. Listen, you guys came out there simping and campaigning for Mayor Mamdani, and you allowed yourselves to be played by the Democratic Party. You allowed yourselves to be used. You were warned. I remember going out there on the ground, using my social media platform, begging the black community to not support Mamdani. I warned y'all about the negative impact.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Not only myself, but there's other individuals that warn and still nobody listens.
Socialism, and that there is no such thing as freebies. And you all didn't listen. You didn't listen because you fell for the okie doke. You fell for the smile, his crooked, dirty smile, and his TikTok videos, and you allowed yourselves to be used by the party. And guess what? You're going to hurt yourselves again, because guess what? You're going to vote for Kathy Hochul again. And she's going to raise the taxes. She's going to give him what he wants. I had to say something because I see that you guys are out there complaining now and you're looking for sympathy. Well, guess what? When you vote for the same thing for decades and you see that you're being used, and you see how quickly and easily they toss you to the side like a chicken wing bone for illegals, by the way, their new voting bloc. You have to ask yourself, what are you getting out of this vote? What are you getting out of this party?
And I feel like that's truly, and that's why I love looking at Latinia Brown's videos, videos, because you literally have people are not understanding that you can't base it off of feelings. You can't base it off of, okay, well, I think this individual doesn't look nice, or this individual, he said this, and people are saying that he said this and he did that, and he might be in this file, he might be in that file, and he doing this, man, listen. People have to realize actually on what they're voting for, the policies, everything, what this individual actually is about. That's, before. Where this individual, where he comes from. Where this individual, I feel like so many people listen to so many other individuals on what's going on that it literally just messes up everything. It messes up their minds. It messes up their mentality on what actually is, important for themselves and for their families. They don't look at stuff like that. They're not looking at stuff. They rather listen to somebody one of their friends or their family member on the internet, or cares what somebody thinks. There are so many people that have voted Democrat or voted for this Democrat or voted for that, or just other way around. Just because they're looking at the simple fact, maybe I should because my dad and my mom or my cousin, or they may feel this some type of way about me, or they might, get out of that. Y'all got to get out of there and y'all got to wake up, because these individuals truly don't care. They care about themselves. And it's all this money, and y'all see these millions and 500 million here and 300 million here, and they talking about this, that, and the other, and y'all see that nothing is fixed. Probably not for you. I'm not going to lie. That's probably for them. It's probably going to their body. Like, people aren't realizing this stuff. When you see somebody and you like, oh yeah, that I love that guy. He speaks so well, and he says he's going to do this. And he said, how many times are people going to say, oh, wow, he said he's going to do this. He said he was going to do that. Y'all heard that lady in the last. He said he was going to do this. His energy is there. Bro, that's for real. You serious? Now you see why. I'm telling y'all, people got to lock in.
Continues to disappoint and lie and discriminate. They're the ones who are hindering us. And you have to help yourselves, okay? Now, the only ones I feel sorry for are the older senior citizens, because they didn't vote for him. They knew that it was bullcrap. They've been around the block. They know that the tricks and trades of politics. It's you young people, my generation. You don't listen and you don't do your research. You fell for the okie doke. And here you are crying and hooting and hollering about Mayor Mamdani when you voted for the guy. You campaigned for him. And I told you, the only ones he's going to look out for is them white liberals that's pushing that radical agenda, and the foreigners that come here, the foreign Muslims that come here. That's the only group of people he cares about, and himself and his family. And he's going to come out even richer. You better believe that. So I don't feel sorry for y'all. You have to help yourselves and vote opposite of Democrat.
And like I said, I'm not even a person that, you know, I'm not going to push you. Hey, you need to vote for this person. You need to vote for that person. Again, I'm just an individual that's going to give y'all the real and let y'all know what's going on. For the people that's always in the bottom of my comment, I know a lot. The funny thing about it, y'all, I have so many people that's always in my comments, always at the bottom because they get those dislikes, right? But I actually love it. I don't even like blocking. I don't even want to block them. I never do. Because I actually love it. It's literally just trying to, they're obviously listening to the video. They're listening to what I have to say. You know, and if I can do that, I'm happy. I don't know about y'all, but I'm happy. I love it. This is something else that I have to talk about, you know, because, you know, you have Mondani, you have a lot of these individuals that talk crazy. Oh, we don't need National Guard here getting this together. Well, we don't need ICE agents. We don't need this. We don't need that. This right here, and I want to show this video in particular. This video right here is a grandmother in D.C. who has lost her son to violent crimes. Says she's never seen a city so clean and safe as, again, thanks to President Trump using National Guard. So, meaning by this, you have the trash, you have the snow, and it's another snowstorm that's supposed to be happening. I pray that everybody's okay. I pray that the homeless, I pray that they have, you know, these warming centers and this, that, and the other, because there's another one coming towards, you know, New York City. I'm pretty sure here soon. But it just, this literally just goes to show you on how many people care about what President Trump is doing and how safe and clean it is. I'm telling y'all, check it out.
You know, with all the negative talk about him, it's easy to draw opinion from others. But I watched his last speech on his campaign, and I was very moved by it. I agree with so many things that he said. And I was like, wow, why are they so negative? And I kind of followed him from that point. Unfortunately, I'll be honest, this year I didn't vote at all because I didn't have a lot of confidence in that other cabinet. But I did, they had me afraid to vote for Trump because of all the stuff they were saying. But every time I heard him speak, especially that last one, I was like, wow, he's awesome. What he's saying is true. It's real. So what are they angry about? And as time gone on, I don't understand everything because I don't know anything about foreign affairs and all that. I'm not really educated in that area, but I am educated in the world order, you know, and I see him doing a lot of things with the National Guard. I thought that was awesome. I understood where he was coming.
It's very simple. And I love that she said that. I understand the world order. I absolutely love the way of her saying that. I love when people say, I don't really know much about it, but I truly, truly want the best for America. And I see that's what President Trump is doing. So when you have that and you have individuals actually waking up and seeing that, I'm telling y'all, that makes me happy. I'm not gonna lie.
From, as my daughter said, in the areas, but even in the district as a whole, it was a lot of crime and killings going on. And I was like, wow, that's just, when I went to that, the Speaker of Congress, I walked through Union Station. I had never seen Union Station so clean, so safe.
Oh, I've heard it's
beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful. Back to what it should be.
Beautiful. I could not believe that. I'm a Washingtonian, been living here for years. Never seen the Union Station look like that.
So it sounds.
And when I walked across the park, you can sit in the park anywhere. There's seats. There's no homeless people out there. There's no, offensive smells. It was beautiful.
Wow.
That's definitely, it's definitely amazing just seeing how you have a complete change. You know, you have a complete change. Just to say, okay, we about to put the National Guard here for a second. We need to get crime down. We need stuff established. We need this done. We need, so people can do their jobs. You know what I mean? So people can do their jobs. So this can be clean. So this can be, you know what I mean? It's stuff like that. It's stuff like that people aren't understanding. They looking at the fact, oh, he's using our own military on us and he's doing this. Man, listen. I was president, I'd have did the same thing. I want the best for everybody. I want the best for everybody. People shouldn't have to. And the crazy thing is, it's now that came about that people are everywhere. People are literally everywhere. Meaning people live like crime could be anywhere. You know what I mean? It can be pretty bad. Sadly. And that's the problem. That's why it's important for that. But I'm telling y'all, man, I truly doing my best and trying my best to let people know what's going on. This is the last video that I'm gonna show y'all of this video, because I do got another banger dropping tonight. But you know, you have Priya Patel right here. I'm not gonna lie, I seen some of this video, and from the start of it, she was definitely speaking facts about it. Check it out.
New York City, the world capital of capitalism, has been under the thumb of this Marxist, Zoran Mamdani, for what, like a month? And it's already a total disaster. The guy who promised you free everything is only providing chaos and destruction. People are freezing to death and going broke faster than you can say socialist utopia. Let's talk about these storms, shall we? Winter storm Fern dumped about a foot of snow. There were days on end that were below 0 degrees, and wind chills were about -20. New York City is built for this type of weather. However, under Mamdani's brilliant leadership, at least 18 people are dead from hypothermia. Most of these people were homeless, left on the street, because Mamdani refuses to clear encampments and force people into shelters. Oh no, that might hurt people's feelings. Instead, he expands Code Blue and continues to pat himself on the back while bodies pile up. The mayor of one of the greatest cities in the world, or at least used to be one of the greatest cities in the world, would rather virtue signal than protect his vulnerable citizens. And remember his big campaign promise, tax the rich? Well, problem is, like most of the things that he ran on, he has absolutely no power to do it. So since he can't tax the wealthy, he's instead going to raise property taxes for the first time in 20 years in New York City, to cover his $127 billion budget. New Yorkers now face a 9.5% increase in property taxes, which is going to raise the cost for renters as well. So much for bringing down rent costs and making living more affordable. And what about free buses for all? Well, congratulations, New Yorkers. As of January 2026, the base cost for subway and bus fare jumped from $2.90 to a crisp $3. That's a 10-cent hike that hits every commuter every single day. And wealthy New Yorkers are not sticking around for Mamdani's equity lectures. The mass exodus of businesses and wealthy individuals leaving New York City has only just begun. This Marxist has turned your once great city into a failed experiment, a complete joke, with deaths, mass exodus, and debt as the punchline.
Told you. Literally everything into one video. Just like somebody said in the comments right here, New York City is a disaster. And that's exactly how I look at it. And I know a lot of y'all look at it as well. Just like that. Because of the bad things that's been going down. And it's literally, and y'all want to know what's funny about this whole thing? I don't know if y'all remember, but of course, you have Zoran Mamdani elected in. But he had put out a post. And they made that post, and again, it's because of President Trump, and said the crime has been down. It's been an all-time. It was something. The crime has been down, like it never has been. And he put that post out. And what's funny is when he put that post out, y'all, what I found funny about it is that ever since then, everything has been going downhill. Everything has been going downhill. I'm telling y'all. And as these things go downhill, and all these individuals that truly didn't support Mamdani, they didn't vote for Mamdani, and as they're moving because they're leaving, especially those businesses, I truly don't see things getting better until it really be things enforced. I'm not saying that President Trump's not doing a great job and what he's doing. I'm just saying that I truly don't see New York City getting better anytime soon because how bad it is right now. I don't know. Let me know y'all comments and thoughts down below. Definitely appreciate y'all. Much love, everybody. Catch y'all next one.